Hey guys, today is part two of me talking about the Walking Dead people that I've met. Today is dedicated solely to Michael Cudlitz and um, Josh McDermitt, who play Abraham and Eugene. At the start of the second half of the fifth season, we thought it would be really cool to cosplay as Abraham and Eugene and make like little episodes on our YouTube channel, which I'll link to. What would happen is like the episode would happen, then like we would film like a 30-second thing afterwards, and we would pretend like The Walking Dead was actually a documentary about our lives. And sometimes it was kind of difficult because there were episodes that didn't even have Eugene and Abraham in, so we'd have to, come up with something to do. Um, that was always really fun. It always kind of challenged us a little bit, which is nice. And so we had just started doing that, and we saw that Michael Cudlitz was going to be in Indianapolis Comic Con, Indianapolis Comic Con, and at that point I had cut my hair into a mullet. Yeah, that's dedication. And I think at the point that we met Michael Cudlitz, it was the third or fourth episode maybe. So we had basically just started doing this cosplay. We got to the convention, and first we had to do our professional photo op. And so we got in line, and he was doing like a group photo op with everybody else. It was like Sasha, Garrett, and maybe Tyrese. I forget who the other person is now. I feel bad, but um, we were in line and they saw us and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you guys look so cool. You look awesome." And at that point, I kind of felt bad that we weren't getting a picture with all of them. We were just getting a picture with Michael Cudlitz, but we went up there and we started to pose, but he wanted to make sure my mullet was exposed a little bit better, and so I had to like angle my head a little bit weird, and we told him that we were gonna talk to him later because we were gonna go to his table. We went to his table, and he thought we looked super awesome. He took like a lot of pictures of me on his phone because he said he was gonna send it to Josh and show some people. And Mike got his autograph, and I didn't pay for an autograph, and because I dressed up, Michael Cousins was like, "What do you want? Do you want like maybe a picture or like an autograph?" I was like, "Oh, I'd love to have an autograph." So he gave me an autograph for free, which I think was like super awesome. And then we had said that we were gonna meet Josh at Horror Hound, which is gonna be like a month or so later, and so that was cool. And right before Horror Hound, Josh McDermitt was doing an AMA on Reddit, and since I'm on Reddit, I asked him a question. I was like, "What's your favorite thing about doing conventions and meeting fans?" And I was really surprised because he actually responded to it. With AMAs, I think a lot of the questions kind of get lost in the shuffle, so I felt really good that he actually responded to my question. And I went on his Facebook, like his official Facebook page, and I posted a picture of Mike and I, and was like, "Hey, Abraham and Eugene are gonna come see you tomorrow," or Abraham and Eugene are gonna come see you this weekend. And he actually responded to that, and he was like, "Oh, I'm really excited to meet you guys. That's awesome." And by the time that we met Josh McDermitt, we had quite a few episodes of our YouTube channel with the Walking Dead thing. We already had a few of those up, and after every episode, we would tweet Michael Cudlitz and Josh McDermitt once our videos were up. Just like, "Hey, we did this," and Josh McDermitt actually retweeted one of our videos. I'll comment or I'll link it here, and then that was like super awesome. I when you tweet like famous people, it's like another one is like sometimes they get kind of lost in the shuffle, especially if there's someone who's tweeted a whole lot. So the fact that he watched our video and retweeted it was really, really cool, and it made me really happy. We got to Horror Hound, and I think first was the group photo op, which that's a funny story too. I don't remember all the actors that are in it. I don't remember all their names. But basically we got in there, and it's like one of those, the photo ops are so quick. And Josh was like saying how awesome we looked, and they had to keep the line moving, and Michael Rookert, who was on the end, was like, "All right, for this picture, nobody smile at all." So me, Mike, dressed as Eugene and Abraham, and Jeff Kern, who played Joe in season like 4 or 5, and Michael Rooker did not smile. Everybody else smiled, and it's kind of funny, but I don't know. After that, we got a professional photo op with him, and he was like, "All right, what should we do? Let's do a Eugene face." Apparently, I don't know how to do a Eugene face because it just looks like I have duck lips. But then we waited in line to get to his table, and he was taking his time with everybody. He was just like making everybody feel like they were the star, which was really cool. And he was like directing, like, all right, let's do a funny face for this, let's do a mean face for that, and like the selfies were just going on and on and on. And then like when we got up there, he was just like giving us hugs, and it was our first time like officially meeting him, but he was like treating us like, we were old friends, and we've known each other for a real long time. And that was awesome, and I didn't want the conversation to end. And I definitely thanked him for retweeting our video that we made. He kept like giving us hugs, and we had stayed up and made a gift for him. It was like the greatest mullets in history or something. I don't really quite remember what it was called. Josh really liked that. He thought it was really funny. He's like, "Oh, I can't wait to read this later." And in our heads, we're like, "Oh, he's probably gonna like throw it away the second we walk away." He wouldn't, but we were just kind of joking about that. A week or two later, he was doing a mullet chat on his Facebook page where people were essentially writing comments or writing questions, and he would answer them. And I think Mike asked a question. We never found out if he ever answered it, but there was somebody who asked like, what do your fans, do you have like weird fans, or what do your fans do for you? And he's like, actually, I have really awesome fans. And like right next to him was that book that we made, and he made a shout out to us. He had said that like we dress up as Eugene Abraham, and it's really cool. And then he showed the book that we made for him, and that was like so awesome. It was Mullet Chat 13 if you want to go back and check it out sometime. Um and that made me feel really good because it was just nice. Josh McDermitt was amazing. He's so cool. And um a month or two after we met him, there was a he was doing Josh McDermitt was doing a convention like in Louisville, and I couldn't go because we were saving up money for Walker Stalker. But a couple of my friends, I guess, approached him, and he totally remembered us, and that was awesome. Walker Stalker was next. I'm gonna talk about Walker Stalker in another video, but I'm gonna talk about like our interactions with Josh McDermitt there. Um, on the Friday night, or on the Friday, I got a tattoo. It was something that I'd thought about for a while, especially because, Eugene and Abraham are special to me and Mike. So I got that, and then we made him more gifts. I made him a pop figure of Eugene, and Mike made a replica of the van. I got a small replica of the van that Eugene was driving in one of the episodes that was playing like the rock music or whatever. And so we waited in line, and he kept like, you know, looking at us, and we were like, does he recognize us? I don't know. And we got up, and we weren't in costume. At that point, it was the beginning of season 6. So we weren't doing the Eugene Abraham thing anymore. So I cut my hair like the night The Walking Dead was finished because I couldn't have that mullet anymore. Did not feel good. And so we were in normal clothes. We weren't in any costume, and he totally remembered us. He's like, "Oh my gosh, you guys!" And he was telling everybody in the crowd like about how we dressed up as Eugene Abraham. I couldn't believe he remembered us. I showed him the tattoo, and he was so excited. He took pictures, and it was kind of disgusting because I had just gotten it done, so it was like a little like smeary and bloody, whatever. It was funny. And then he was like posing for pictures with us because we wanted selfies. And at one point, he's like, "All right, we're gonna pretend like we're choking you." And he put like his hand like on my, you know, lightly against my throat. And he's like, "Your heart is beating so fast right now." I was like, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Why?" We did get a professional photo op with him, and we got in in the room or whatever, and I was like, all right, our inspiration for this is awkward family photo. So we all pose, and that was really funny. That's probably my favorite picture of the weekend, and I'll talk more about the weekend um, later on. After the convention, after my tattoo had healed a little bit, I had tweeted the picture of the tattoo to Michael Cudlitz and Josh McDermitt, and Michael Cudlitz retweeted it, saying it was really cool. About a month, less than a month ago. Horror Hound came back, and Michael Cudlitz came to Horror Hound, and so we wanted to meet him for sure, and so we did. And when we got to the line, he's like, "You're the girl with the tattoo." Like, he totally recognized. I don't know if he recognized me or if he'd seen the tattoo when we were in line, but he took pictures with his phone. And then he took pictures like his head was like against my back because it's right here, um, and his face was like right next to it. And the whole time I was like, this is like the last day of the convention. I'm like really sweaty. I probably smell really bad. And Michael Cudlitz is like really close to my armpit. What am I gonna do? And I was just like trying not to laugh. He's like, don't laugh, don't laugh. I'm like, it's right next to my armpit. And so that was really funny. And oh my gosh, they're so awesome. And I found out like a week or two ago that um Josh McDermitt's actually one of my like 25 followers on Twitter. Josh McDermitt's following me on Twitter. What? I couldn't believe it. I thought maybe it was like a fake profile or something, but it's actually Josh McDermitt, and that made me really really happy. But I definitely encourage anyone who's a fan of the show to meet Eugene and Abraham. But I love any time that they're together doing scenes, and I don't want anything to happen to their characters for a really long time. I mean, they can go off and do their own spin off show. I would rather watch that than some of the episodes of Walking Dead. I think that's all I want to say. This video is really going to be probably pretty long, but Josh McDermitt and Michael Cudlitz definitely deserve like a long video because they're so amazing. The next video I'm probably going to talk about the more people that I met at Walker Stalker in Georgia. And I think that's all for now, though. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. As we were inching up towards the front, he kept like unbuttoning his button-down shirt, and my sister and I, our faces were like turning red, and it was so embarrassing.